Welcome to Unit 2, the support of local government units for quality education promotion. This unit focuses on standards in basic schools, teaching and learning process, the use of ICT in education, school feeding, early childhood education, education for all, teacher management, monitoring and evaluation for schools, and the role of government for quality education promotion. By the end of this unit, you'll be able to describe quality education standards, explain quality education promotion. Topic 1, quality education. Quality education focuses on the social, emotional, mental, physical, and cognitive development of each student, regardless of gender, race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or geographic location. By the end of this topic, you'll be able to identify standards in basic schools, explain teaching and learning process, discuss the use of ICT in education, elaborate school feeding, describe early childhood education, explain education for all, and describe teacher management. The important dimensions of quality education are equity, sustainability, contextualization and relevance, balanced approach, child-friendly teaching and learning outcomes. Standards in basic schools. Norms and standards and modalities for inspection of education institutions include learners registration, standards for primary schools and primary schools, standards for secondary schools, standards for technical and vocational education and training schools. Teaching and learning process to enhance quality education. Teaching and learning process refers to the combination of various elements within the process where an educator identifies and establishes the learning objectives and develops teaching resources and implements the teaching and learning strategy. These strategies are competence-based curriculum, competence-based training, and competence-based assessment. ICT in education. The strategic objectives of ICT in education are develop a competent and relevant ICT professional base to meet industry needs, increase ICT penetration and usage at all education levels, develop education leadership and teachers' capacity and capability in and through ICT, and enhance teaching, learning, and research through ICT integration. Implementation of the ICT policy in 4 phases. Phase 1, ICT in education policy approval and awareness campaigns to all stakeholders. Phase 2, smart classrooms and new curriculums integrated for junior education and 30% of schools to be equipped with smart classrooms and power. Phase 3, smart classrooms and new curriculums integrated for all grades and 80% of schools to be equipped with smart classrooms and power. Phase 4, 100% of schools to be equipped with smart classrooms. Institutional framework of ICT in education. MINEDIC establishes an institutional framework with responsibility for policy implementation and overall management of ICT in education initiatives. School feeding. The main features of the comprehensive national school feeding policy are the National Early Childhood Development Program, the school feeding program in MINEDIC, the school feeding program in World Food Program. Nutrient requirements. Each meal aims to provide at least 30% of the daily requirements of macronutrients and 70% of essential nutrients and vitamins. Principles governing school feeding food procurement are schools are procurement focal points, respect of core principles of public procurement, and procurement thresholds. Early childhood. Early childhood development is about supporting a child in the critical areas, providing holistic access to early learning, good nutrition, hygiene, and protection. This is managed through the International Framework for ECD and the National Early Childhood Development Program. Education for all. The sector strategic goals for education for all are to expand access to education at all levels, to improve the quality of education and training, to strengthen the relevance of education and training to the labor market. Teacher management. Teacher management functions include recruitment, training, selection, motivation of personnel, wage negotiations and pay of organization of pay, follow-up and evaluation of performance, planning of future needs, procurement of teachers, imihigo, and promotion of teachers. Points to remember. The education policy drives the condition and capacity requirements that school infrastructure must meet to provide a satisfactory level of service. There is a need to implement the competence-based curriculum, use of competence-based training, and competence-based assessment. Pedagogical documents are prepared by teachers, and there should be use of ICT as a tool of delivery in teaching. Feeding program intervention is set to make sure that learners have the daily requirement of essential nutrients and vitamins for all students. ECD program is responsible for the readiness of children for primary school setting. Equitable placement of all teachers is facilitated by the DDOs in consultation with Teacher Service Commission. The aim goal for teachers is to ensure that teachers are performing well. We have come to the end of topic 1. See you in topic 2.